The Roughhouse Podcast proudly presents from their masterpiece collection, The History of SGW, the Southern Gentlemen of Wrestling.
And this week on the SGW History segment, one of our favorite characters,
a legend
from the Southern Gentlemen of Wrestling, their top heel of all time. Honestly, there were few people that ever...
One of the best heels ever.
Ever. I mean, appearance, in ring, his promos were a little wacko.
Promos were a little... No one ever quite knew what he was saying. He would... You know, we didn't know...
He'd Ultimate Warrior a little bit. We'll play some audio of that. The Bear Trap Kenny Snubs.
Yeah.
The Bear Trap Kenny Snubs.
Yippee yip, with his famous catchphrase.
Yip.
Just a big, burly, bare-chested, bearded man, like just straight out of like the Wild West Bayou. I didn't even quite know what his character was. He was like, he wore a raccoon hat, like he was a trader, sort of.
Yeah, he looked like he was wearing discarded furs and like roadkill and things like that.
He was like a fur trader character.
And also, I want to dispel a myth. This is a myth in pro wrestling that the Bear Trap Kenny Snubs and Bruiser Brody were the same person. They were not the same person.
No, a lot of people get him confused.
No, the Bruiser Brody, because he had, you know what it was? It was the beard and the hair.
And he didn't go on to play the Berserker. A lot of people say that. It's the same guy. It's Kenny Snubs playing Berserker. No.
It's not. Kenny Snubs was always...
Had that look, though.
Yeah. The Bear Trap Kenny Snubs stood in at about 6'2", probably weighed close to 300 pounds. He had that big, thick, heavy, country-strong body.
Yeah.
He wasn't cut, but he was a frightening prospect. Hands the size of bear traps.
Yeah, and it's one of his big moves to set you up for his finishing move was just a big swipe of the hand right across the
You're talking about just a thwack to the head.
He was just melon dudes. He didn't have much of an arsenal of offense, just big boots and melon squash.
Which is another reason why people thought it was Bruiser Brody, because he would just buckle you in the corner,
running
body
splashes,
body you.
Double axe handle, and putting his leg up. That was pretty much his arsenal.
Yeah, he would whip you into the ropes, and then you would have to run head-on in his big boot.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, the
that
moccasin.
was bigger than your head.
That big, gross moccasin
weird
that he wear.
fur-covered moccasin.
You know what's funny? His character was such a gruff, shitty, dirty individual. He was so frightening to look at. Not just his appearance, but he looked like he'd smell awful, like rancid. He would actually come down to the ring sometimes and would trail mud with him.
Yeah, and that was where a lot of his heel heat came from. Never was a good guy, but it was really just because like he was so offensive smelling, no one wanted to be near him. Like he tried to be friendly with the audience at first when he first came out and tried to go in for the handshake. People were like, no, get that away from me.
Yeah, like I don't want it. No, it's like he tried,
and then he
at
just
some
came
points.
nasty.
Just nasty at you.
Nasty. Then he, like later on was known for just grabbing people out of the audience and giving them the old scruff 'em up.
Yeah, which we'll talk about in a second. His finishing move. Fun fact about the Bear Trap Kenny Snubs. He was always known as the Bear Trap throughout his whole life. For some reason, SGW, his name was the Bear Trap Robert Snubs when they signed him, and then just were like, you're going to be Kenny now. So
one of those just abandoned switcheroos. Yeah,
that's real weird.
But I'm glad they did. It was a better.
It made sense.
Had a better ring to it.
Yeah, Bear Trap Kenny Snubs, Bear Trap Robert Snubs. I think that was just Spry having to put his goddamn stamp on everything.
Yep.
But they knew that the guy initially was not able to cut that cognizant of a promo, so they paired him up at the very first SGW event with the King.
With their brain, with their smooth talker.
Yep, and remember, this was supposed to be the event that Spry and Stanley were going to be bringing back gentlemanly class to professional wrestling. It was going to be a sporting event between two men, and USA Adam Gray was going to be their champion.
Yep.
At the very end,
no villains, just good competition.
Just good competition. Catches, catch can.
Yep.
The way that they used to grapple.
No
in the old
cheating
Roman
or
times.
ruined matches.
The chairs are for sitting in, not for swinging.
That lasted a good 15 minutes.
15 minutes into it, here comes the King, the Bear Trap Kenny Snubs, Sculpture Mitchell Gorgeous, the Mountain.
The King Stable.
The King Stable comes in, and I mean, that was a big, like, all right, we got ourselves an organization here. We've got some foils. But the standout of that run-in, obviously the Sculpture Mitchell Gorgeous, because, I mean, he was just one of the more beautiful-looking men.
You just had to look at him.
But people at the end of that night were like, who was that feral mountain man? Who was that motherfucker? I'm not sure if you heard that in the background, by the way.
Did you hear that in the background? Kid attack.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Child attack!
I think someone just set a kid's face on fire in my apartment complex. But people were talking about who was just this animalistic... You know what he looked like was Ted Kaczynski, but bigger.
Yeah,
he was, Unabomber.
Yeah, exactly.
And just disgusting.
He was a barrel-chested Ted Kaczynski.
But you alluded to his finishing move, which I thought was so creative. No one has ever done this with a myriad of beards in wrestling. The scruff 'em up.
The scruff 'em up, which it started out like he would do a kind of a Killer Kowalski claw. That was his original move. the bear trap, where he would grab your pectoral muscle with a claw, like two-hand claw, clamp that onto your pectoral, and you submitted right away. But then he added later on, in later years, he would do the bear claw, grab your pectoral, bring you in, put your face into the old beard, and just wiggle the beard around, and you submitted just out of pure disgustingness.
And that thing was nasty. I
Yeah.
mean, they did promos of him where they'd show posters backstage of USA Adam Gray, and Bear Trap would get infuriated by
Yeah.
seeing him, and he'd put his beard onto it, scruff it up,
Yeah.
and when he'd pull away,
Stain.
he'd rub the paint off of it.
Left stains and things would just fall out of his beard.
Oh,
like
chunks of like sinew and
whole,
bone
like,
and meat.
whole like hunks of cookie.
Ugh, tobacco wads, nails, just weird shit. The
Feathers.
man was disgusting.
Yeah.
He looked smelly and foul.
And one of those true performers who, like, he really absorbed this character outside of the ring. He was literally living in the woods, living in just out in the open, built his own shack.
Yeah,
like
the guy
was very
bought
like
into his
Walden
character.
Pond about life. He very like, man, do you like that reference? He was
Walden
very
Woods,
Walden
yeah.
Pond about life. He built his own thing, lived away from everybody, hunted, gathered, built things. Like, he really lived that lifestyle.
Yeah, he did. He sold it outside of the ring
Yeah.
as well as inside of the ring.
He missed a lot of dates because you just couldn't find him sometimes.
Oh, you had to send people off into whatever local forest was around because that's where he set up shop.
Yep.
You'd find him around a campfire
Didn't own a
gnawing on
phone.
some squirrel husk, which was really interesting because if you talk to old guys from SGW, the few guys that are still kicking around, they said that behind closed doors
Yeah.
and in the locker room, cameras away, no audience to be found, one of the biggest softies you'd ever run into.
Legendary stories of, like, he would dress up like Santa at Christmas time and just give insane presents out of nowhere to
Yeah.
like children's hospitals.
He'd put on Santa outfits and stuff, and you'd clean himself up to where if you just smelled good, you could not be the Bear Trap Kenny Stubbs.
just
So I
the
know it's
nicest guy.
not you. The guy would bake for people. He was like
Yeah.
he'd love to bake. He'd bring back like fresh croissants.
And such a handyman. He fixed all the wrestlers' cars on the road when they would break down. You'd have all these stories of wrestlers not getting to days. He would fix people's cars. If, like, you were homeless for a while, he would build you a house. Like,
He'd
he
set
was
you up with
so
a cabin
handy.
and a lean-to to give
Yeah.
you. I mean, a lot of these guys weren't making any kind of money. He'd build you a place to live.
And on the flip side of that, also known as quite the party animal.
Oh my God! Well, he was so girthy and heavy duty. The guy would drink a 6-pack of beer to get ready for a 6-pack of beer.
Yeah, just wash down gasoline with kerosene.
Yeah, the guy would just drink. He'd drink anything to get
Yeah.
himself effed up because he was so big and so burly. And remember, this guy was a real mountain man. His digestive tract wasn't as delicate and tulip
No.
like ours are. This guy could eat roadkill and be fine. So a
would take-
Miller Lite isn't going to get him
He
drunk.
would take bites out of, like, live animals.
Yeah, he'd bite a deer's ass just to impress people.
Would eat a pig, like, would just bite a chunk out of a pig.
Yeah, he'd bite a hindquarters of a rooster just to feathers and all.
Yeah.
Get in there because he'd lived this gimmick. The dude was so scary, and he was essentially in SGW the polar opposite, of his biggest feud, USA Adam Gray.
Which lasted such a long time, and they had such a great feud, just always built on the idea of USA Adam Gray being this heroic hero, everything you want to be. He's achieved everything he wants in his life out of go get him and hard work. And then along comes this guy, the Bear Trap, who is right in line for the championship, right along with USA Adam Gray. Didn't do anything to achieve that, is this weird, disgusting guy, doesn't like America all that much, this recluse,
Yeah.
that, like, lives off in the woods. So he was the perfect
The perfect
antagonist.
foil. That's what got under Gray's skin. That's what the first promos were about. Is like, I pay my taxes. I drive on the right side of the road.
Yeah.
I pay attention to my law enforcement officials, and I support firefighters. And like USA Adam
then
Gray
Kenny Snubbs
was
would just-
all about the American infrastructure, and Bear Trap Kenny Snubbs couldn't have been more anarchist, more off the grid. This guy, what he needed, he took. He asked for nothing. This guy didn't pay a dime in taxes. He didn't live in a neighborhood. He didn't want a Social Security
Is
number.
that what he was talking about in his promos? Because I got to tell you.
That's what I wanted to talk about next. That's why they paired him up with the Snob Richie King for so long. Modern wrestling fans will probably know the Ultimate Warrior a little better than Snubs as far as giving just nonsensical
What did
promos.
he just say?
And they let the Snob Richie King do his talking for him for a
He
long
would set
time.
him up. He would say, and then Kenny, what do you think? And then Snubs would just deliver mouth marbles.
Let's
idea.
actually play some audio. I believe this is from an SGW Saturday night. This was prior to, I think it was a Rough House on the Roof pay-per-view, where I believe it was going to be USA Adam Gray and
And of course, Rough House on the Roof is where they would literally just have the matches on the roof of the arena.
yeah, of the arena.
Just as a little switch up.
Yeah, they basically just put the thing on the roof.
Wrestlers have dropped through that roof.
Have fallen.
If you
Audience
fall
members,
out of the ring, you fall through a roof.
you fall through. It's a thin, tin, shitty
It's
roof.
like a little tin shack.
Yeah. And I think the main event was going to be the Bear Trap Kenny Snubs partnering up with the Sculpture Mitchell Gorgeous, the King Stable, and it was going to be USA Adam Gray. And who was he teamed with at the time? He was either going to be Eager Steve Krieger or
Grizzly Willie Wild.
Grizzly
was
Willie
in there.
Wild.
Yeah.
That's right. They had just introduced Grizzly Willie Wild as like a mountain man, but he was like a fun-loving hillbilly Jim
Like
type
USA
character.
Adam Gray came out with his own, like, he's like, I get along with mountain men, so let me introduce you to Grizzly. And
Grizzly
he was
Willie
kind of
Wild.
like the good, friendly, fiddle playing.
Yeah, just because I
Bayou
live in the
guy.
woods and I got a hound dog doesn't mean I don't support our troops and pay our taxes.
Yeah.
Let's play a little audio of that interview so you can get an idea of just how out there the Bear Trap Kenny Snubs really was. Honest Jimmy Jacobs here backstage with the Bear Trap Kenny Snubs. He's going to be partnering up with a longtime comrade of his, the Sculpture Mitchell Gorgeous, this Sunday at the Rough House on the Roof SGW pay-per-view, taking on SGW Heavyweight Champion USA Adam Gray and his partner Grizzly Willie Wild. USA Adam Gray's been a thorn in your side for a long time, Mr. Snubs. How do you think this is going to unfold?
When it comes to a man like Gray, there's only one thing you can't do. Broken spirits, broken bones, in the woods all alone. Fires get lit, smoke rises as bodies fall. The animals crawl towards me, not realizing what I am, only to finally find out I am the provider of all things pain, a god of smell, entity of raw stink and pestilence. And as far as Grizzly Willie Wild, there ain't nothing grizzly and there ain't nothing wild. But Willie, you damn right he is willy-nilly and looking silly. He's gonna be torn asunder at ring. I'll plunder bones breaking, sinew snapping, hair getting lit on fire. The man will know a world of hell that he will not experience again. Yip.
I don't know
Not a
half
clue.
of what he was talking about.
Not a clue.
And you can hear in that pause at the end of it with Honest Jimmy Jacobs, Jimmy had no idea what he was talking
There
about.
was threats in there of some kind. Not quite sure.
Yeah, he's talking some oddness, but that was part of his appeal, is that you were like, well, is the guy just dumb, or no, maybe he's gotten to be so crazy and eccentric from living out in the woods, not talking to anybody. He only talks to himself, the plants, the animals that he's not biting the chunks out of.
Yeah.
The man might really be like a modern day Nell, you know, like
He was a bit of a Nell.
yeah, wookie
You're
dookie
completely right.
tatookie. Just weird. But the man was a physical specimen. At theroughhousepodcast.com, click on the SGW link. You'll see a photo of the Bear Trap Kenny Snubs. You can see,
Try to look at it for more than 30 seconds. It's tough. He's an ugly man.
you just look at all the disgustingness that he was covered in. And he was one of those guys that Spry and Stanley were able to rely on throughout the entire existence of SGW, akin to Texas. Stuck around in the good years, of which there were a few, and the lean years, of which there were many.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy stuck around, as they said, a lot longer than I think he should have. I think AWA or NWA should have picked him up and maybe put him in there with a Bruiser
Everybody
Brody.
wanted him, but people are loyal to Teddy Spry, man.
Yeah, what about the Beards, man? They could have had him in the Moondog spot. You know, that would have been great. But
Beards?
no, the guy liked where he was at, and he